Now, Chris, what is going on?
Even though she's at death's door, she's still got to be incredibly glamorous.
Oh, obviously.
And today, I'm a fox.
Normally everyone's quite jolly and happy and we're all
Right.
best buddies.
Do you know, I'm so glad you're here because I wouldn't actually be able to follow any of this.
Anything can happen in the next half hour.
Here we go, back to the 1970s.
Yes.
Space 1999.
76, 77, maybe this episode would have been shown.
Now, Chris, is now the time to explain the difference between Season 1 and Season 2 for Roz?
Well, I think if you're familiar at all with Series 1, you can already tell that the theme tune has changed.
Yes.
It was... The new producer was Fred Freiberger, who had produced the final season of the original Star
Yeah,
Trek.
what does that name ring? Oh, you've done Star Trek.
Stuff,
Yes. Okay.
So that was... He was brought in to sort of fix the show. In the eyes of ITC, it needed fixing.
Right.
Not in the eyes of fans. But it was... The show was basically dead after the first season, and it was like, okay, if you change this, bring in this new producer, put a new main character in, then we'll recommission it. And it became slightly less... Well, quite a lot less about the whole philosophical, what's our purpose in the universe kind of thing from the first series to really a sort of like wham bam space action thing. Again, kind of aping Star Trek a bit.
Fred Freiberger famously called the serial killer because he was thought to have destroyed Star Trek and then Space 1999.
But again,
Unfair.
Space 1999 was dead before he got
Yes,
involved, so
true.
he couldn't have...
So are you saying without him there wouldn't have been a second series?
That was one of the conditions,
Right, yeah.
He was felt to be a safe pair of hands.
Yeah.
Yes, Dad.
Ring any bells?
Yes,
Find
absolutely.
uranium in these cat.
It's James Lawrenson,
That's it.
yes,
Treacherous rock formation. So are they.
who I think only died a couple of
I know,
years
I was
ago.
gonna say,
Right,
he's gone.
The moon. Then our job should be done.
So here we are in the Catacombs of
In
the
the
Moon, I'm
Catacombs
guessing.
of the Moon, which appear in, I believe, 2 whole episodes of this season.
right.
Yes, they built a cave set and they had to use it.
Yeah, so all this shot at Pinewood, of course. Just up the road from here in Slough.
Oh, I was going to say, that's...
Yeah.
I know the road well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 1976, what would you have been up to?
O-level.
Right.
That's when I stopped watching television.
Yes.
Very possibly.
Yeah.
Because you had to do all... Well, you know that.
Yeah.
To do all your... Who's on the
Your
left?
wife was dying. Guess you wouldn't be yourself either.
He's only
Isn't
in
it-
this first scene or so.
I was going to say, these are faces that you... These are people who you didn't see again.
Right.
And this was their big moment. They got a
Absolutely.
TV show, your agent calls you and
Yeah.
says, you did it, you got the job. And
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You know,
And a big TV show to be a part of as well. I mean, this was
Exactly,
huge.
yeah,
you
this
know.
was
Big budget.
very big.
Ostensibly American. I mean, it was shot here with a lot of British crew and cast, but made for America, really.
And I think James Lawrenson is... It may be intermittent, but he is attempting an American accent throughout this.
It may be intermittent, that's damning with faint praise. Okay, so he's
I've
having a
not seen this
dream.
one for a while.
He's
He's been caught in an
Fire
explosion.
again.
Yeah.
Fire again.
Oh, there she
yes.
is.
Is this
Yes,
the
it's
thing
Pamela
you're telling
Stewart.
me about?
Yes.
This is what
So
you were telling me about.
That's the fire that got out of control. If you see Pamela Stevenson clearly, the fire is only either side of the
She
bed.
looks very
Yes.
Yes. But when you can't see her face, the
Like
fire is
there?
completely surrounding
Gotcha.
the
Yes.
bed. And that's what caught fire, yeah.
Oh, it's very dramatic.
This is
Yes.
gasping acting.
Yes.
And apparently this episode was filmed during a heat wave anyway.
of course it was.
Yes.
Wow.
As a lot of the second series seems to have been.
I remember during Space Precinct we used to get very hot and they used to open the dock door between scenes. They'd say, open the dock door, let's an air in.
Recording.
Clips from old episodes there.
A very special patient with a very special problem.
This is when I like looking at all the props. What were things made of?
Absolutely.
Was that a tea tray from Sainsbury's at the time?
Almost certainly.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Oh, there are lamps that you can buy in Habitat, even today,
Yes,
that are very
yes.
similar to
Yep.
Continues to have top priority.
What's she saying, Chris?
Well, she's doing her all-important Moonbase Alpha status report, filling us in on the fact that this guy is looking for important minerals to keep the base going, and his wife is critically ill and needs a new heart.
Got you.
Yes.
Kind of Captain's Log, really, then,
Yes,
isn't it?
that's another Star Trek
Yeah.
thing that they attempted with this.
How long has it been? Just a few minutes. It's uranium.
Oh, I love a gadget.
Yes. It's a nice idea as well that they've sort of like they're drifting through space. They need to find things to keep them going.
Yeah.
They are going to start drilling into the moon and extracting elements from down there.
So I guess we have to ask, Ros, do you know the premise of the series? The fact that the Earth, the moon has been blown away out of Earth's orbit?
Yes, that's right. That happened at the end of
the first episode.
Exactly. Yes, that I did know.
Aha.
I love that it signpost travel tube.
Yes.
As if they don't know.
Everyone
that's
knows where
right,
they're
it
going. Yes,
is.
he's an engineer.
Oh,
we know that
yes.
from his
What
from
was
his
that
jacket.
idea? Xenia Merton? Yeah, James Lawson, there we are.
I like this music as well. It's rather Barry Gray-ish, even though it's not
Yes.
Barry Gray at this point.
There's Barbara Bain giving her all. Stop it.
Stop it.
Look at the colours on that computer console.
Yes, and I'm now thinking about those prop bottles. That's what, makeup bottles or
Yes.
paint bottles or something.
Those are Ovaltine jars. That's definitely
right.
what those are, that shape.
Yeah, the call obviously went out the night before. Can anyone bring in any old bottles?
And Pamela Stevenson at this point wouldn't have been that
she
that
wasn't.
famous,
this
that
is
big of a
probably,
name.
You know, she's Australian, right?
Yes, I think so. Yeah,
So she would have come over, got an agent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This would have been
jobbing
Yeah.
through things like this, and a couple of
No,
episodes
this
of
is
The
guest star.
Professionals.
Oh,
Yeah,
Quite right.
In terms of yes,
Yeah.
as young as she was. She's a baby. Look at her.
I know.
Doctor, I want to be alone with my wife. There is no need for that.
Oh, I hear it. The American. Yeah.
yeah,
He's trying his best.
yeah.
It's what they used to call transatlantic.
Yeah, that's right.
And again, we're pushing this towards the Americans. If it can be made American, we've got to make it American. That's why with Space Precinct, there's so much atrocious American dubbing
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
Fire will destroy Alpha.
No,
Only we can be saved.
Ah, so he's had a premonition.
there. Yes.
Look, she's actually
Emoting.
slightly.
Squeezing it out.
But I almost felt for a moment there that was a shot taken from somewhere else in the episode.
Yes.
They just cut it in.
It's really odd, isn't it?
Oh, so bad.
Ah, Barbara Bain. Still around.
Yes.
Still around
Oh,
and
yes.
took part in a convention.
Passed away. Huh?
No,
Yeah.
she's still with us, Barbara Bain.
Yeah.
Martin Landau's gone, of course.
Yes.
Yes. Quite a few of them have gone now.
Yeah.
But another status report.
Oh, good. Because we weren't really watching us, let's have
Yes.
So how big were these sets? They were what?
our sensors are unable to.
How big would that Eagle spaceship have been?
The biggest Eagle model, I believe, was 44 inches. I don't think that was the 44-incher.
So
I
4
think the
feet.
44-incher would have been for close-ups. There was a 22-incher as well. That might have been it.
Like that? Yeah.
Surface temperature now 40 degrees centigrade and rising rapidly.
So there's a heat wave at Pinewood, and now there's a heat wave on the base itself.
Great.
But we're still
Do
drinking our
women
coffee.
they are wearing. No, they're wearing skirts.
Yes.
Are they wearing skirts and pants?
Sometimes they do in the second season, but
Right.
mostly skirts.
Yeah.
Tony Anholt,
That's
Yeah.
right.
and he was in The Protectors.
He was in a
Yes.
Protectors.
I love that show too.
Yes. Ah.
Yes.
And his son Christian has also became an actor, and we've had him on the podcast as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he was lovely.
And Lawrence Naismith, of course, played the lead in that, and that was I was in London, and he played the lead.
There you go.
He played London.
Right.
Where's Maya?
She's in.
It's called 7 Degrees of Separation. Isn't
Yeah, that's right. That's what they say. I know.
Okay, well, let's try to relax. I suggest all the fellas, and especially the ladies, try to cool off.
Right.
So it's an excuse
Especially
to.
the ladies.
Well, she was a bit stroppy with him just there. yes.
Okay.
That's
Even though he
brilliant.
yelled at her.
I don't know what that is. That's an old cassette tape. No, I don't know what is that.
I know, yeah.
It's an acrylic box.
Yeah,
It's
with a
very
marble
clever.
in it.
So how many people did they have working in the tech department that would have produced all of these bits and pieces?
Props. Well, a lot of it would have been held over from the first series anyway.
of course.
And these sets were like fairly interchangeable. You could.
Yeah, so they were the old UFO sets, I'm assuming.
No,
were they?
no, they were newly created for Space
okay.
1999, but there was like an interlocking system, so you could sort of dismantle them quickly and make a new room as needed.
Yeah.
And then IKEA came along.
Yeah, that's right.
Exact specifications.
And so was the model unit in Shepperton or at
The
Pinewood? with
models were at Bray.
At Bray Studios?
Yes, and the story goes that when the Terrorhawks team set up at Bray in 1983, they found the Space 1999 moon was still there,
Wow, yeah.
so they were able to use it.
I see.
Which is
Gosh.
nice.
The mind clear of personal emotions.
And this is Jeffrey Cassoon on the left, who had replaced Anton Phillips.
Yeah, right.
Didn't he sing? Was he a singer?
It may have been.
Like in a pop, I'm thinking a pop context.
Oh, not that I've heard.
Look into that.
Rings a bell.
He is an Anderson actor who's been in a Star Wars film, though. He was in The Force Awakens for about 2 seconds.
Oh, really?
Pressure.
You continue to solve every problem except the basic one.
I wish you had more faith in me.
Oh, I have a different faith in yours.
A bit of antagonism.
Yeah.
Bit of drama.
To be.
Which is quite unusual for the second series. Normally everyone's quite jolly and happy and we're all
Right.
best buddies.
Must we have him here?
Well, at least we know where he is.
Producer said he had to be in it.
He's standing in the corner staring at the wall. Now we know where he is.
Let's make it work this time.
this-
But Martin
this-
Landau seems...
Absent?
Yes.
Yes. Well, as we discussed before, they were filming 2 episodes at once.
Right, yes.
To get the second series done in
Okay.
time. So Martin
2
is in
different
this.
crews.
Yes.
Wow, they
yes.
double crew.
And so what would happen is Martin Landau would headline one, Barbara Bain would headline the other, and the rest of the cast would kind of be split between the two.
Yeah.
So very often in the second series, you get characters saying, "Oh no, I can't be in the episode this week. I've got something else to do somewhere else."
I see.
And you'd see that with Koenig and Meyer in this as well.
Okay.
And this is what would have been Victor Bergman's heart.
Oh, I see.
Instead, it's the Dorfman heart.
Right. I love a gadget.
Yeah, I think I prefer that they didn't mention Victor having died because it's just too sad. She's sad.
You scientists think you can give the gift of life.
We're Michelle's only hope.
Your medical science.
She's got her lines
I
written.
die, you took the
Yeah,
words out of my
hasn't
mouth.
she?
You took the words out of my mouth.
We've all done it. There was one, I did a play a couple of years ago, there was one word I would always forget, and I ended up writing it on my finger.
Yeah.
There
Isn't
is
that terrible?
No.
And glancing down before the line.
Quite right.
Well, I mean, I think there's a bit of paper being passed around in Shadow Control in UFO. It wouldn't surprise me if people had their lines
Yes.
written on those.
Yeah.
Now we seem to be in the middle of a heat wave. I don't know, Doctor.
Everyone's very grumpy.
Yes.
What now?
Hoping you'd tell me.
Try again.
Are those tears in her eyes?
And again.
Someone just poked her with a cocktail stick. I mean, there was a look there for sure. I'm quite enjoying her performance during this.
Yes.
And now we have a strange space cloud.
Space cloud, which is causing the heat wave.
I see.
So Koenig has gone out to investigate that.
Right.
Yes. And meanwhile, these two are communicating telepathically.
Come there with me.
Is that explained?
Easier when you...
There's a space cloud. That's about it. You know, space clouds. They do that kind of thing.
We've lived
I can see the makeup. There's
There's
almost a
difference,
join,
yes.
around her neck.
Yes. Because that's body makeup versus facial makeup. Yes.
And even though she's at death's door, she's still got to be incredibly glamorous.
Oh, obviously.
So, please go now. She can't hear you when she's under sedation.
Is she American or meant to be American?
Oh.
Either
That's
of
another
those.
accent.
Yeah.
Yes. Not entirely sure. Probably British, I would say, if she's, just
Yeah.
a minor part, shall we say. They probably cast local and told her to do an American accent.
But also a rare appearance of a married couple on Moonbase Alpha.
Right.
Normally it's just...
Okay.
I think there's only 2 or 3 in the whole series. Yeah.
Your readings? You anything, son?
Nothing, Commander. The temperature just keeps rising.
How about tempers?
No tantrums yet. Have you found out anything?
No, nothing. John.
And what do you think of Martin Landau as a leading man?
I agree with what Sylvie Anderson said.
Oh?
Yeah.
What did you say? Remind me.
in talking about
Yeah.
this series.
Yeah.
These were not her choices. She absolutely fought not to have this couple.
Okay.
And the Americans insisted.
I see.
And of course, that's why the money kept going up and up and up. They kept wooing them
Yeah.
to come on board, and they wouldn't, and they wouldn't. They wanted this and that, and she just
Right.
Yeah.
very. I mean, I can see her point.
Yeah.
I'd take the risk.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And then all the fights apparently that went on where he got very stroppy about who had better lines or more lines than he did.
Yeah.
Right. And in the meantime, her marriage was falling apart. I mean, it couldn't have been a happy
Yeah.
set, could it?
But going into this second series, the plan originally was junk all of the cast, possibly with the exception of Landau and Bain.
Oh, really?
Maybe not.
Yeah.
There was a discussion of maybe we just start again.
Yeah.
And
There's another moon base somehow.
Yeah.
So,
Or the same moon base.
What was the following like, given that they played these two leads? What was the following like for this series?
Very strong
figures.
worldwide.
Yeah,
yes. Well, in the UK, this was like Saturday morning filler, the second series.
Yeah.
And not all the regions got it. It for instance, I live down south. The south didn't get it until the BBC repeated it in 1999.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so it was very spotty regionally. Internationally, it's been pretty
Strong.
yeah, it's got a strong following. Obviously not successful enough to go to a third series, but very, very popular in Italy.
Right.
Yeah. There's a big audience for it in America as well.
Well, it's now because it's cult.
Yes.
Oh, that's what he meant by cult. That was what he meant.
Yes.
Yeah.
But uniquely, I think this show, out of all the Anderson shows, is the only one that gets dedicated American conventions.
Yes.
Others
that's true.
may have a guest from Thunderbirds or UFO or whatever.
What's an interesting choice for a two-shot from
Nice and low.
the navel up?
Up the nostrils.
Yes.
Yeah.
Isn't that an interesting choice? It's just bored, I think.
Yeah, let's just shake it up a bit.
I have supreme knowledge. Only faith can give life. Only faith can triumph over death.
Only faith, huh?
And of course, I presume they didn't have rehearsal time. This was probably you walk on the set, you just do the cameras.
Now, how long has that been a thing? Because,
I think from then.
Yeah.
I was best man at your wedding.
Yeah, because certainly when you think about things like Doctor Who used to be, they would have Monday to Thursday rehearsal and then Friday shoot it as if it were live.
Because they taped it all out on the floor
That's
at
right.
the action rehearsal
That's
room, didn't
right.
they?
I would assume that there was rehearsal time for the second series, but less than the first. Again, because they were rushing to meet at air dates for
That's what I'm
America.
saying, so they would have walked on the set.
Yeah,
they'd
camera
have set
rehearsal.
up.
That's
well,
it.
they'd have done that with stand-ins.
Yeah.
And then they would have come in and maybe had two shots.
Yeah.
And then it would have been taped. So this was filmed, not taped, correct?
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Believe me, nobody is running away from anything, least of all the commander.
Well, he might have remembered the example of Noah's Ark and taken on board all those who wanted to go.
Patrick, old buddy. The commander has gone on a long-range reconnaissance to try to find out what's causing these high temperatures on Alpha.
He is not filming another episode at the same time, yes.
That's great, isn't it?
I have a true vision.
It's mad.
There are all kinds of visions, man.
But in a way, it gives an opportunity for the other characters to come to the fore.
Absolutely,
It's
yes.
quite a nice
yes.
thing to do, isn't it?
There is one where Landau and Bain, they're in it briefly and then they go off on holiday.
Yeah.
And so Tony Anholt has to take over and the rest of the cast. And it's nice.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
You think I'm strange because I see.
It just...
It's so sad that he didn't really do more.
Tony Anholt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he died very young, of course, didn't he?
Oh, I didn't know that.
2002, I think. Yeah.
I say very young. Yeah, young.
All right, let's talk about visions then.
Yeah.
Come on, I'll go with you to Helena.
But his son got to act with him in a scene in one of his series.
Yeah, it's Relic
very
Hunter.
sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, stuntmen I have worked with.
Yes.
Yeah.
And here's Catherine Schell's one of her brief appearances in this episode.
And she's a character that everyone remembers from series 2 because she is a shapeshifter.
Yes, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Able to turn into anything she fancies at the drop of a hat.
Which makes it very good when you're filming 2 episodes at once because you just have her walk on, she turns into a dog.
Yes,
and
she's
now
really-
we just shoot with the dog. That's the main character, that dog.
Yes, that's right. Do we see her change back, or we just assume
I
she's the
don't
dog
think
for the rest
so,
of the
no.
episode?
No. She does turn up later, but
Fine.
I think I get the impression she was just shot on her own and they
Yeah.
inserted it.
Oh, yeah. Very much.
Some of her best outtakes are on the Pink Panther films.
Yes, some of her outtakes are in the Pink Panther film, aren't they?
This
Yes.
is true. Yes, this is absolutely true. Yes, because they just couldn't get her to stop laughing.
Yeah.
Great.
Just
Oh, hilarious. Is it on the trolley?
they borrowed that from the crew
Yeah.
that would bring the afternoon
That's
tea.
right.
Well, it looked like there were repainted film cans on the bottom of the
Uh-huh.
trolley there as well.
Now, Chris, what is going on?
Well, cloud out in space, as
Cloud
you know,
out in space.
causing a heat wave on Alpha.
Yes.
This guy's being affected by it, and he believes that the only way to save everybody is to sort of, I think, go down into the catacombs hide there and ride
Yes.
out the storm.
Okay.
Tony doesn't believe him, so I think he's...
Taking matters into his own hands.
yes, he's hiding out in the explosives room.
I
Not
love
locked.
that the fire extinguisher in that previous scene looks just like fire extinguishers of
Yes.
today.
Yeah.
Where you'd think by then they'd have invented something else that would
You would
not
think
be
so.
a fire extinguisher.
You would think so.
Oh, there's the travel tube again.
But what's interesting about this series, of course, is that to us now, this is set in the past.
Yes,
This is the year 1999.
Our
Yes,
past
indeed
future.
It is. It is.
Michelle.
Rosita, is something wrong? Is that why you're here?
The last time I saw him, he was fine.
He punched me in the gut, but he was fine.
Dangerous.
Oh, you know Patrick. He was a regular bull in a china shop. He married you, didn't he? Swept you right off your feet.
Oh.
If he hadn't, I would have.
I had no idea she played sort of dramatic roles before becoming the Pamela Stevenson that we
Yeah,
know.
she was in a couple of episodes of The Professionals as well.
Right.
She gets a hand grenade stuck down her top, and
Fine.
Lewis Collins bravely retrieves it for her.
Right.
Yes.
Of course he does.
She must have done other acting type bits as well,
Yeah.
but those are the other ones that I know of.
It's a promise.
Right. Now come on, it's time for you to rest, Michelle. Okay?
Now let's walk 2 feet away and have a conversation
yes,
about how
she's
her
gonna
husband
die.
is a complete lunatic.
How's it coming?
We're trying number 11.
I thought that was impossible without Terranium.
We're trying an alloy that Dorothy...
I can hear you, you know.
I know. This is exactly what I'm thinking.
Sometimes.
But it's a rare episode where Barbara Bain allows herself to look a bit
Dishevelled,
haggard,
yes.
dishevelled,
Yeah.
yes, and sweaty.
Yes.
But that is the most that will be allowed.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, yes.
I'm sure she took very careful control.
Yeah. Helena, we had a scramble with Osgood in the A-level explosives room. Well, he was on the boil, hungry for a fight, hating everything. Now, he may be on his way down here, okay?
Right.
I should plant a security guard, being the security chief, but...
Yeah, but that...
Explosives room.
Yes, security.
The explosive rooms and beasts.
This is like Mystery Science Theatre time. I swear it is.
Yes, it is.
I think you guys
Finally,
should
someone is in
Hello.
this room who knows that show.
What is this moment?
Oh, because it's so hot, of course.
Yes.
I see.
So they do have a solarium on
excuse.
Alpha, yes. I don't
None
quite
of the men are
know.
allowed to change into
No, no, no,
speedos.
no, they wouldn't.
No,
would
no
they?
speedos.
I don't know
but
whose
just-
quarters these are or why he decided to hide in
Oh,
there.
yeah.
I'm looking at the bottles on the back there.
Yeah.
Or why they've wandered in. That's strange. Oh, no,
they-
he's in his vest. He's in his
Yes.
singlet.
He's finally stripped down there.
Oh, I love this. They're all in their holiday clothes.
But no shorts.
No.
No.
Of course.
Hilarious.
Oh, no.
Get a stretcher.
Oh, it's a space pillow under his head.
Yeah. More visions. Hi.
It's the Woolwich. He doesn't even know. Your money's safe with the Woolwich. There you go.
Now, this is one of the most sort of ponderous episodes from Series 2, I would
Yes,
say.
I mean, I would say this is more in the style of the first
Yeah.
series. I don't think it would necessarily be a standout first series
Yeah.
episode, but the tone, the whole spiritual, you've got to have faith
Yes.
thing is very much. I think Victor Bergman could have, delivered some of those lines.
Absolutely.
Maybe he's right, John.
Aha.
Maybe we should let the fire burn us all alive.
And there's the heart.
Yes, another one.
All right. Like they used to say in old-time show business. One more time.
One more time.
One more time. Very common saying.
So this is to implant into Pamela Stevenson.
Yes. Yes.
If they can get through the fire.
Yes, and if it doesn't explode first,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh,
Oh no.
Yeah. It's like they used to say in old-time hospital wards. The operation was a success, but we lost the patient.
he's not wrong.
Yeah, this time.
I like the way he seems to be in his sleepwear.
Yeah.
Just in his undies.
Everything.
Except Terranium.
What we do now?
I don't know. One thing I don't want to do right now is face Michelle. Not right now.
Helena, we've got Osgood. Emergency reception.
They need a jaunting belt.
Yes, that's right.
Tomorrow People.
Gosh, yes, absolutely. Did you ever do it, Tomorrow People?
No, but I loved watching.
We had Nicholas Young.
Yes, I know who that is. I do.
Yes, he joined us for a podcast.
Who was in that one that you said you saw with the jelly monsters?
Yes.
Yes. He was in
is
that.
he?
Yes,
Right.
that was
Briefly.
his Anderson connection, yeah. Strangely, he had very different memories as to what actually happened in the episode. So long ago, of course, you know.
If you look closely, you'll find I've wired myself as a human explosive.
Oh, you
What?
idiot.
What have you done that for?
Listen, Pat, this is no time for games.
If you come closer to me, you see what happens.
May I examine you?
Carefully.
Yeah, I would, very carefully. Like this music.
Yes. This is all Derek Wadsworth.
Yeah.
And it's that thing as well you get with episodic shows where you think, where is this character every other week? He's causing so many problems.
Yes.
And then they just disappear.
Yep.
No.
Well, we have to assume that there are how many people on this moon base?
Or 297 at the beginning of the second
and
series.
they're just doing their thing, and then we drop in on their lives for a bit.
Yeah.
And then they go and do their thing.
And
again.
some of them get killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could lose my grip on this firing pin.
Has there ever been an overwhelming episode of any of these shows that people have said, if you've done a survey, is there one episode that stands out for everybody?
I think with Space 1999, I would suggest it would be Breakaway.
I thought you were going to say...
Yes.
Well, the first episode...
Or
I
Bringers
thought,
of Wonder.
Dragon's Domain.
Dragon's Domain.
Yes. That's the big one.
Yeah.
And then with Thunderbirds and Stingray and Scarlet, it's like every episode is someone's favourite.
Okay, so there's not one outstanding...
No, but there are sort of fan favourites.
Right.
But yeah, you'd never get... There are 550 odd Anderson episodes. You'd never get everybody to agree on the best one. You can't even get people to agree on the best shows.
Yes, yeah.
You spend the rest of your life having that argument.
Please, don't
Michelle,
do
it's
this.
mine to do with.
What I find it quite incredible, though, is that this is from the same stable as Thunderbirds and Captain Scarlet. It's a world away,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it is.
So you can quite see how some people are just fans of Space 1999. They're not fans of the whole Gerry Anderson genre.
I'll get to radium for the next.
And even with 1999, you have people who prefer the first series and people who prefer the second.
Yeah.
Myself up before I would hurt her.
She has a chance here. You both have. Please don't take her.
I mean, it's quite an easy gig for Pamela Stephenson, I have to say.
Yes. Well, now he's going to make her get up.
Oh.
Yeah.
My faith can. Come, Michelle.
Because he thinks hiding in the catacombs is going to save them from the fire.
I once saw a production of a play called Whose Life Is It Anyway?
Yes.
And Stephen Dennis, who played Paul Robinson in Neighbours, was in it and spent the entire show in a bed. I thought how lucky he must be. Imagine the rehearsals. I'm just...
Don't you fall asleep at some point and then you're supposed to do a line and you
Yes. Yeah, that's the
that.
danger.
Yes.
There is a story of an actor being killed or something in a sci-fi show and his body just being on the floor and then they call cut. And he didn't move because he was snoring because he'd fallen asleep. I can't remember what show that was.
Wow.
I love you.
In the days of live TV, this really happened. Somebody actually, when under the cameras, you said they were in this part of the scene and they did this and panned over to the man who was next to speak in a chair and he was dead. Seriously dead.
Wasn't there a live drama where someone died, a cast member died, and they just kind of had to like ad lib?
Yeah,
oh, he's down the corridor. He's I think I've read an article about that.
Advert break.
Yep.
So did Anne Holt like being involved with this? Did he get interviewed and asked about it?
He was certainly sort of considered one of the stars, I think.
Yes. Yeah. I think Gerry was quite fond of him because
Yeah.
he'd sort of discovered him for the Protectors, and so he was quite happy to have him on this.
Right.
I've sort of heard varying accounts. Sometimes he could be a bit, oh no, I don't want to talk about that. I'd rather talk about what I'm doing now, which is understandable.
Yeah.
Glare shield.
So all these scenes in The Eagle with Martin Landau were obviously all shot in one morning, weren't they?
Pretty much, yeah.
And then he was off to the other stage.
Yeah.
There's our heat wave, Bill.
Bill. Not very good space effects this week for the most
Well,
part.
this was up against who, timing-wise?
The first series
generation.
was, yeah.
So, and this was the period I would imagine when it was all Pertwee and Army.
This would be Tom
Was it?
Baker.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Sort of peak Tom Baker, really.
Right.
Mid Tom Baker. Where I think this was when people started to realise that Doctor Who could never compete with effects like this, really. This was certainly the time that Star Wars was just about to break. 76, 77.
Yeah.
ETA 1100.
And you do see a lot of the extras, like Pam Rose there, for instance, in the background. She went from this to Star Wars.
Yeah.
And there's several other people in the background as well.
And then suddenly people were comparing what they were seeing coming out of America to what we were making at home.
Right.
Like Doctor Who and Blake 7, and seeing the discrepancies.
We found Michelle's nameplate. They're here in the Catacombs.
And he was in Doctor Who as well. Face of Evil, I think.
Right.
Full alert.
Did this famously have the £1 million an episode price tag that was often touted around about
I think
Gerry's
the budget
series?
was slashed a bit to get the second series over the line,
Yeah.
Now,
What about Michelle and Osgood?
I'm going down the catacombs after them.
Tony, John may have been about to release.
Oh, Vaseline on the lens.
Cut off, Helena. We don't know what he was going to say.
Then a determination has to be made. You're in?
But look, it's all very soft focus, isn't it?
Well, you'd get a soft focus shot of Bane, and then you'd get Martin Landau in the next shot, and he'd be very,
Right.
razor sharp and
Yes.
showing his good side.
Yes. They obviously both had different demands from the...
Yes. Apparently, it did drive the camera operators mad. Just their demands were complete opposite ends of the spectrum.
Right. Yeah.
And wasn't it something about she was so white and he was so dark-skinned?
Yes, that's right.
Or,
Yeah.
Or tanned, I should
Yeah.
sorry, I should say.
And also, I believe there was some issues regarding Catherine Schell. You saw her earlier in her alien makeup. I think there was a clause that she could not appear as a human in the second series.
Oh,
really?
Yeah. But when we interviewed Catherine, she spoke very highly of Barbara. It was very...
Yeah, fair enough.
I know you love me.
Right, so he's taken his missus down to the catacombs.
Yeah, they're going to ride out the storm.
I see, from the destruction that he thinks is going to come.
Mm-hmm. And I guess the heart replacement thing will just take care of itself. Faith will heal her heart, and all will be well.
I see.
Yeah. He's got a bit of a messiah complex. And I also believe this guy is meant to be Alpha's chief engineer, so he's not some random nobody.
Yeah.
He is meant to be quite important. But we've never seen him before, and we'll never see him again.
And these cave sets are actually better than anything Doctor Who was producing 15 years later.
Yeah.
This looks like something they borrowed from a Bond movie.
Ah, yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Or it might be a holdover from the first series. They did have a cave set that they would...
Right.
One week they would respray it white, and it would be an ice planet set, and so on.
And it's all in the lighting, of course.
Yeah.
There is a sense that they're struggling to fill the 50 minutes, isn't there?
Yes, there's a lot of walking around to do now, yes.
Yeah.
Derek Wadsworth is working those xylophone very hard.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's like wind chimes. What became of Derek Wadsworth? Did he have much of a career after this?
I'm not really aware of what he did after this.
Currently appearing.
At the Bristol Hippodrome.
That's right.
I think he had a reasonably long and active-ish career. Yeah, he worked with a great number of people.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Michelle?
The thing that we should really comment on is the fact that at this point, when you were watching this, you couldn't skip to anything else. You only had two other channels to change
Absolutely
to,
right? Yes.
So what year is this again?
76,
Yeah,
77.
so it's 3 channels.
That's
I don't
it.
think we even... Do we even have BBC Two yet?
We have
must
BBC
have done.
Two.
Yes.
We have the two BBC One and Two and ITV. Not even ITV1.
No,
just
no,
ITV.
no.
Yeah.
That's right.
So you had no choice. You either were watching this,
or the snooker.
you were yes, or it's a knockout.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I don't
That's
know what
right.
day of the week this went out.
Yeah.
Oh, you said Saturday morning.
That's
Saturday mornings,
yeah.
I think. Yeah, for the second series. So
So I wonder, was this Tis Was and then this? Do you think?
oh, could be. Yeah, but again, it was a regional,
Who knows? Yeah,
regional
might well have
thing.
been.
Such a good actor. Such a good actor. He did a lot of Hammer as well, didn't he? I think James Lawrence was in one
Yes,
of the.
he was a Hammer House
the
horror.
Hammer House horror
Yeah.
episodes.
Yeah.
He's giving a lot. I'll give him that.
Was he a New Zealander or something?
Really?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
So they're not walking there; they are
Clever.
Floating.
gliding. Yes.
Floating. There's ectoplasm.
Yes. Ectoplasm.
Doctor, why don't you take a break?
It's the hardest working prop in show business.
I
is
know.
back.
Again. Third time lucky.
Yeah.
It's a mixing bowl.
Yes. But I used to make things like this at home.
Did
when
you?
I was watching, absolutely. I used to make anything I could find of my mum's old makeup bottles and
Awesome.
mixing bowls. I'm not saying they would turn out quite as detailed and as good. But
Wow.
yeah. I made a Millennium Falcon from Star Wars, one of the spaceships from Star Wars, out of a pizza box. I made a TARDIS console out of bits of cardboard. I made a K9 and a police box. Yeah. And I used to love taking stuff apart. Because of shows like this, I used to love taking watches and clocks apart and trying to, make computer banks out of it.
Did you have
Things
friends
like
at school that
No, I had no friends
got-
at school.
He's friendless. No.
Oh no, we look after him. Yeah.
Yeah.
We love you.
You humour me.
We do. Yes, you like the scientific, creative. Yeah.
Yes. And this idea of this was the future, this really struck
Yes.
me that this was how the future was going to be. We would all live in these sterile, white walled rooms.
Well, at the time, I mean, Gerry said this as well. The year 1999 just seemed
Yeah,
incredibly
of course.
far off.
Yeah.
And now it's
We're
quite
here
a long
and gone.
time
It's
ago.
a minute.
Yeah.
Gone, long
That's
gone.
right.
We didn't get our moon base.
Tony, listen to me. We can't lose Michelle now. We just can't lose her now.
We'll get it.
What is she holding? This? What is the microphone
That's
thing?
a communication.
Comlock.
Yeah, communication.
Yes. They also open doors.
And it's a torch, is it, as well?
I suppose it could be a torch, yeah, maybe with a bit of modification. Yeah.
Okay, so the cloud's moving in.
Yeah. The base is being blasted.
Yeah. Everything's heating up.
Xenia's very sweaty.
Relations, Commander. Some casualties, but we are functioning.
Can you clear a landing area?
Top priority, Commander.
Trying very hard not to mention his toupee.
You just did that.
Oh, damn. I did, didn't I? Sorry.
More service explosions? Yeah, was good prophecy.
Do you think the special effects people longed for the days when they could just, today's the day we're going to blow that bit up,
Oh, what?
I'm
Almost
sure
certainly.
they must have done.
Yeah. Well, they generally they built stuff to be blown up. That was,
Yes.
That's what they did, particularly.
I think the opening credits of Thunderbirds are among the best ever filmed
Yeah.
for anything.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They kind of say, "Get ready for excitement," don't they?
Yes.
Yes. Derek Wadsworth and his amazing travelling xylophone.
I'd love to know how big this set was because they
It's
must
still
have
forever.
Yes, they must have come around the same corner 10 times. Oh, and yet there's still. Oh, they got lost.
Oh yeah. Do you remember the days when they used to say at the end of particularly sitcoms, "And Les Dennis is currently appearing in Run for Your Wife"? No, they used to do that.
Yeah.
There was a real kind of seeding between TV and theatre.
Or so and so appears with kind permission of the
Right.
Royal
That was
Shakespeare
on
Company.
programmes, yes,
Yeah.
but I don't remember it being said.
Yes.
It wasn't said, was it?
Sometimes, but
Right.
more often than not on
Yeah.
dramas, it was just on the credits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Continuity announcers.
Yes. Oh, we've lost them already.
They were literally just feet away.
Yeah, but then he threw a rock. And that threw everything off.
Fair enough.
Not the way he knows the catacombs.
Maya,
Yes, Johnny?
we're in the catacombs, level 3. I get here on the double.
This is what Morecambe and Wise used to make fun of, didn't they? In those big sketches
Yeah.
that they do at the end of the show.
That's right.
The play What He Wrote, and it would be sort of based
Yes.
on this kind of thing.
All very
Not
earnest.
sci-fi necessarily,
Yeah, yeah.
but, you know,
Yeah.
Well, Pam's got herself injured.
lines like they're in the catacombs.
Yes.
I can see Eric Morecambe just...
Maya,
Are they going to be on screen together?
Or is she
Is
just...
she just an insert
Yeah.
shot? Come on.
Almost certainly.
Over here, Johnny.
Oh,
Yes, she is.
She's in the same room.
Wow.
now somebody's got to go in after them.
Look at that lighting. It's lovely. Oh, great. What's she going to become?
But that's the same shot, isn't it? They just used that whole sequence again and again.
Yeah. pretty
Yeah, that
much.
close up of the
Yeah.
eye is.
Yeah,
Oh, another
And she's a tiger.
Yes.
There's a lovely piece of footage on YouTube of her saying what she became.
Oh, yeah.
She reels off all the
Yes.
things she turned into, and then she looks at the camera and says, "And today, I'm a fox."
Oh, lovely.
I believe that is a reel on our Facebook page.
Oh,
you
Is
may
it?
have seen
Yeah,
it there.
it's- No, I haven't.
Yes.
But, yeah, it's great.
So this must have been quite a day to have a tiger on set.
Well, there are various stories about tigers and also lions that they used on the set.
Right.
On the first episode, they went through several lions until they found one. The first one was very friendly and wanted to
You say
hang
that.
around everybody.
Yeah.
The second one had toothache and couldn't be on the set. But the third lion was just right. Yeah, the story goes that someone, it may have been Gerry, just walked into reception at Pinewood and there was a guy there with a lion saying, you know, he's all right, don't worry, mate, he's friendly.
He's not friendly. He's a lion. He's just biding his time.
Yeah.
I actually did a commercial with a lion. I'm dressed in a safari suit. The actor next to me also in, and it was for a bar that was very popular in LA at the
lion?
time.
Oh, not a lion.
No. Oh, it was Fig Newton.
Oh, yeah.
And I had to say, "Throw him a cookie, Cyril." That was my line. But we had a real lion, and my then husband and our little girl, she was very new, were walking around, and they had to leave because the lion could smell. A sort of lion had to jump up in the car and put its paws up because it wanted the cookie too.
Yeah.
And he could smell a baby, and they said, "Could you?" Because it's just, and it was like,
That's terrifying.
It was a big paws were that big.
Right.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So the tiger has he's been buried alive between frames.
Oh no!
This is the cloud that's
The
causing
surface
this destruction.
explosions, yes. Yeah.
And she's back.
Yeah, I'm okay. I've got Michelle.
Where's Osgood?
He's buried under a rock wall. Give me a hand.
Could you become something strong?
Yes. Have you still got that gorilla costume we used a few weeks ago? Yeah, I think that's Catherine out of the episode now.
Right, fair enough.
Nice
Was
to see
she
them on
in every
screen
episode?
together. Yes.
So
Pretty
she
much.
was a sort of an innovation for series 2. wasn't
Yeah.
She was a new character.
I wonder, did Bill, her husband, ever direct any of these? Was that how they met?
I don't think he directed any of
Bill-
these, no. Bill Hayes?
Bill Hayes.
Yes. I should remember, I've just been reading her autobiography.
Ah.
No, he didn't direct any of these.
Now they're going to operate, are they?
Yes, put that new heart in
Look, it's
because
an
it's
early
working.
COVID mask.
Yes. That's right.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
oh.
It's not going to have a dentist drill noise.
I was
is
expecting it to start spinning at the end.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, no, it's going to be a laser.
Oh, she's got a telephone connected to her. He's quite an action man, isn't he?
Yes.
Do you know, I'm so glad you're here because I wouldn't actually be able to follow any of this if you were not giving us the commentary. I wouldn't know what the heck was going on. I swear.
We are talking over it, which doesn't really help, I suppose, but...
I'm just...
I
fascinating.
think we're going to cut back to Tony again with more disco rescue
Great.
music. But again, where is Maya? She should be helping
You
him.
think
She's
so?
just cleared off.
Nurse.
The screens.
Sweat, sweat, sweat.
Oh, classic.
Again, the label has to have the word heart.
Just so we're not in any doubt.
Brain. No.
Yeah, brain.
Factors. Pressure going down.
We're losing her. Come on, someone say it.
Pressure gone.
And yet her lipstick is still intact, still fabulous.
This is like an episode of
Emergency report.
it's sort of like a parody, isn't it? Almost. It's like an airplane movie.
I'm just fascinated by all the COVID things.
He's
just
still
the fact
going.
they're blue.
Yeah,
It just looks like.
yeah.
Yeah. He's still going.
Come
He's
on,
one man rescue.
You can do it.
Oh dear.
Okay, in it goes.
Now.
Trumpet music.
Yeah, bit of lounge jazz.
Electrocautery.
It's a very different musical style from the first series, but I like it. There's
Yeah.
a lot of very listenable material in the
Yeah.
second year.
All the swabbing.
Venus clamp.
A what clamp?
Her heart started again.
So
And
where is
she's dead.
Is she?
No.
The pulse rate's poor.
Where's the what?
Where's John Koenig at this point?
He's
Still out
coming.
there
He's
in
coming in
Eagle.
for a landing.
I was gonna say,
he has been for
quite
about
far.
10 minutes.
Right.
It's heat waves around. You got to be careful.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Can't transplant faith.
but I don't think he's gonna make it on screen with any other actor. I think
Okay.
he's just gonna phone in one
Fair
performance
enough.
from the other set.
He's alive.
Okay, you got him out from under the
Yeah.
rocks. Very good. I'm sensing a happy ending.
I think so. Yeah.
Let's just hold that. Yeah.
Probably should look for a new chief engineer though.
Yeah.
He's a bit unreliable, this guy.
Okay, it's moving away. Are we ever going to get any explanation as to what the cloud was?
Nope.
No.
It was just
A plot point.
heat storm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think we are supposed to take from it that somehow Faith kept these two together and kept them
Right.
alive, even though if they'd just stayed in Alpha, everything would have
Yeah. Sure.
would have worked out the same.
Yeah, it
way,
would. Yes, true.
Totally different colour saturation on that.
Yes.
Looks like it's shot on an entirely different days,
It
an
does,
entirely
I'm
different
sure it
set,
was.
entirely different
Yeah.
lighting setup.
It's getting cooler.
Is that the temperature going down?
Yeah.
Massive thermometer on the wall. Come on, give us joy. Give us relief.
I think Michelle's going to be all right. I wonder if Patrick will regain his mental stability.
Stop it. No judgment here, Ross. It's it's an acquired taste, I think, Barbara Bain's performance. I quite like it. In that she seems to be removed from.
Yeah, it was a restrained.
Yes.
I was going.
But also in the second series, you get scenes like this where she is a lot more warm and
Yeah.
smiley.
Yeah.
Which was apparently a directive from the Americans for the second series.
You're right.
Tell her to be a bit more real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Approachable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And apparently she took that advice pretty well.
Yeah. Okay.
To say there wasn't an intelligence in that heat storm that was somehow able to communicate with Patrick in the state that he was in.
Oh, that's a
yeah.
good line to deliver. Well done.
Maybe she got to the end of that.
Wow.
Oh yes, Tony is brewing beer, as was a running joke in the second series.
I see.
Our computer analysis of your last...
How much did they change their lines? Do we know?
No
they didn't
idea.
like
No.
what
I
they had
suspect
to
the two
say.
leads would have
They would.
the
Yeah,
final
would have
say.
what they want.
Yeah.
I can imagine lines being drawn through
Yeah.
speeches.
Ah, Radeshi, you're a genius.
I'm speculating, but
But I think also, particularly with these episodes where two episodes were being filmed at once, scenes were written for certain characters who then had to drop out to be in the other episode.
Yeah.
And But here's Martin Landau about to make his big return to the episode.
Honey, I'm home on a screen.
Yeah. I'm assuming this is performed live, but...
Oh, yeah, I wonder. That would be the easiest thing to do,
Yeah.
I suppose. Point a camera at him in the corner.
Only one of us is that adventurous.
Oh, that is fantastic. Now, who said that was unfit for human consumption?
Who said you were human?
Wah, 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 wah.
I'm going to go find Maya. If I'm going to be insulted, I want it done by an expert.
Maya's still just down in the caves.
Yeah, big tiger.
He smiled.
Yeah.
It saved Michelle's life.
Oh, didn't I? Oh, yeah.
Welcome back, John.
And
It's a nice moment of levity.
That's a cheeky grin.
Yeah.
A lot of episodes end with freeze frame laughs in this one. Like,
there you go.
So, yes.
How did you enjoy your episode of Space 1999? Did we serve you well?
I would have laughed out loud a lot more, but I felt I had to restrain myself because...
Yeah.
Well, if you're in the mood for laughing out loud at Space 1999's second series, you'll be glad to hear there are many other episodes that provide even more comedy than that one.
I suspect you would have been happier had we chosen an episode of Protectors to watch.
I'll come back and do that with you another time.
Yay!
Good.
Oh, let's watch it again.
Yes. I think that's what we should do.
Now, Chris, where can we find Space 1999?
Well, you can buy it on Blu-ray.
Yep.
Or you can watch it on ITVX.
Aha.
And if you're international viewers, you've probably got international DVD and Blu-ray
Yeah.
releases and such. Yeah.
Excellent. Rosalyn Landor, thank you so much for joining us to watch an episode of Space 1999 of the Randomiser.
I have had the best time. I have, and thank you. And I've learned so much that I didn't know before.
See? None of it useful.
It's immaterial, though. Immaterial.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's get started. Let's go.
Spectrum is green.
That was an Anderson Entertainment production.